Welcome back everyone, it's Aric from Rare Candy, and today we are back on PTCGO taking the Wormadam deck for a spin. This is one of the few new single prize decks we have not yet got around to covering, but it's kind of like an anti-meta toolbox style deck, and basically Wormadam, it does 30 plus 10 more for each Pokemon in your discard pile. So we're just trying to toss away lots of Pokemon, deal a ton of damage. But what makes, I think, this deck a little bit interesting is that these Wormadams come in 3 different flavors. We have our grass one to deal with cards like Umbreon VMAX and Moltres V. We also have a fighting one to deal with cards like Arceus V-Star, Eternatus, Crobat, etc. And then we also have a metal one to deal with maybe Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, just as an example. So depending on which deck we might be going up against, we'll sort of pick our Wormadam accordingly. And yeah, just kind of counting on the fact that we're a easy to get going single prize deck and we can pretty much out trade most of the stuff in the format. That's what we're hoping for, at least. But before we get any deeper into today's deck, if you guys can, remember to smack that like button to feed the always hungry YouTube algorithm. And if you need any cards to complete this deck for yourself, you can check out our friends at PTCGOstore.com. Use that coupon code RARECANDY at checkout to get yourselves a discount. And Rare Candy's patrons not only had early access to this deck list, but they also have their own exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. Links to those will be down below in the description. But hopping back into our Wormadam deck, we need a ton of Pokemon to get this deck up and running. So as you can see, of course, we have our max out 4-1-2-1 line of Wormadam, but we also have a 4-4 Cinccino, of course, for the Make Do ability where we can discard a card and draw 2. So obviously we can pitch away Pokemon and help get our deck set up in the process. But don't sleep on Minccino. Minccino, this is the new one from Brilliant Stars, and Call for Family is actually a half decent attack that I do find myself using from time to time. So this can definitely be a good opening starter Pokemon for your deck too. And the other stage one we are running is going to be a 4-4 of Zoroark. So Zoroark has the Phantom Transformation ability where we can pick a Pokemon from discard and switch it with Zoroark. But what this does that it's nice is that, let's say we have a Cinccino in the discard, as an example. We can discard our Zorua and Zoroark to replace it with Cinccino, putting net 1 more Pokemon in discard, if that makes any sense. And this also just gives us a little bit of flexibility too in terms of what Wormadam we want to use at any point, because if our only Metal Wormadam gets knocked out, well, instead of having to find our Ordinary Rod, we can just use Zoroark to immediately transform into it on the turn that we might need it, as an example. But we do have a few other Pokemon in the deck. We have a 0-1 line of Goliathpod, very odd, I know, for the Hard Time Slash attack, 30 plus 50 for each Pokemon V and GX in play. So this is just going to be another Zoroark target, and what I like about this is that if you are going against a deck like Mew, for example, or any other deck that plays like a V engine with Crobats, Lumineons, and stuff like that, this attack is very, very strong and can cap out at 330, not counting Choice Belt. So this can be a very good attacker kind of out of nowhere that we have. But we do have some tech Pokemon in the deck. We have a copy of Manaphy to protect against things like Rapid Strike, Urshifu, and Jolteon, but also we have a very important card that's going to be Yveltal. This is going to, I don't want to say auto win you the Mew VMAX matchup, but this definitely gives your deck a big advantage in a best of 1 format specifically, because it has the Cry of Destruction attack. You discard up to 3 special energy from your opponent's Pokemon. So if you're going against a Mew VMAX deck and they go second, they can go attach Fusion Strike energy plus Elisa Sparkle for 2 more. And now you can respond with Yveltal, get rid of all their energy, and this can really slow down their deck to a snail's pace. And I think really does tip that matchup much more in your favor otherwise. So looking ahead, you know, the rest of our deck is pretty straightforward. Most of our deck space is eaten up by Pokemon, but we do 1 copy of Collapse Stadium in the deck. Not only can this disrupt our opponent, giving them a 4 Pokemon bench, but also this allows us to discard Pokemon from our field. So it's a disruption card, it's a defensive card, and even like an offensive card, all depending on the context that we have. And then from there, we have our 3 copies of Choice Belt to increase our damage, and our double turbos and twin energies in the deck as well. So that's going to be the deck list we are trying out today. And I do just want to give a quick shout out to our patron Joshua for requesting this. He wanted to see one of the more interesting single prize decks from the set being shown off on the channel. This is one of the only ones I think we hadn't gotten around to. So a big shout out to Josh for his continued support. And if you guys do want to have your request heard on the channel and help support this channel in the process, I'll have a link down below to the Rare Candy Patreon. But that being said, I'm going to quit rambling. Let's get in some games and see if Wormadam can live up to the legacy of the old Vespiquen that it is trying to emulate, at least. Okay, let's call that flip, which we do win. Okay, sure, we'll go first. Going second's not bad with this deck either, though, because we can always use Call for Family, hopefully. But yeah, this is an okay first turn. I think we'll start with the Burmy because, well, yeah, we'll just leave with Burmy. That's fine. So let's see what we're going to be going against here. Okay, they are in mulligan, so we are going to get a peek of what they're playing. They got a Gardevoir coin. Not sure how relevant that's going to be. Okay, but it's going to be a single strike deck. So that's good for us because we have, you know, Goliathpod and the Grass Wormadam to deal with things like Umbreon, and then we have the Fighting one to deal with Gengar. So I think on paper, this should be an okay little matchup for us. Okay, that's a great start. We'll just do this. And at that point, I think we just pass and see what happens. Now, unfortunately, we probably won't be able to one-shot Gengar on this next turn because we're going to need, what, 4 Pokemon? That'll be 70. No, we need 5 plus a Choice Belt? Yeah, 5 Pokemon discard plus a Choice Belt. That might be kind of difficult to make happen here. Just on turn 2. I mean, we could dig and make it happen, but honestly, like, even if we don't hit it, I don't think we're in an awful spot. I think we can actually kind of take our time here and get set up kind of at a moderate pace. Now, Path to the Peak is a card I am worried about because we might need Crobat or Lamina at some point to really dig for a KO. And we only played the one Collapse Stadium, so it might be a little bit tough to bounce that counter Stadium whenever we need to. So we definitely want to make sure we can get our Cincino set up and be able to draw even under the ability lock there. There's going to be Ultra Ball. So getting rid of a boss, hey, that is good. And a Marnie. So their last card must be a Research, I would imagine. Oh, but they're going for a Crobat. So it looks like they are really digging hard here for something in particular. Maybe a switching card because I'm sure they must know that we're playing the Fighting Wormadam. So maybe they're going to be digging to try to just move this 2-prizer out of the active. Okay, there's the Hiding Dark Energy. So I would actually be okay if they do retreat this guy. Whether it's Houndour or the Crobat, either of those are potentially one-hit KO'able for us. Okay, there's the Houndour. So that's good. All we have to do is evolve into a Wormadam, the grass one, and just attack because it's weak to grass. So I actually do kind of like that. Alrighty, hey, Cincino, great top deck. Well, yeah, we'll evolve into this one. It's going to feel bad getting rid of 3 draw supporters right out the gate like this, but it is what it is. Let's go for the Ultra Ball. We just really want to make sure that we can get energy to take this KO this turn. So we have both Fighting Wormadams. That's really good. Yveltal, I don't know how relevant it's going to be because they can get back single strike energies, but of course we can discard Hiding Darks. That's going to be a little bit more impactful. We get our Collapse Stadium. Yeah, I think we're looking okay. I didn't notice anything, at least, that looks really problematic for us. And then from there, we'll just go for the Research. We do get the double Terra Energy. That is going to reduce our damage output, but we can discard some more Pokemon as needed. So we'll get down another Burmy. So right now we're hitting 40 times 2 is 80 minus 20. So we'll get rid of the Cincino. And yeah, we'll just do this over here. We could get down the Lumineon, but if we don't have to, I'd like to not. And we could just get Marnied if we preemptively grab a supporter. So we'll just go for the Matron's Anger, take the KO on poor little Houndour. And we get Ultra Ball. Okay, we can live with that as well. Discarding effects are always going to be welcome here. There's going to be the Gengar V. Do they have the VMAX to go with it? The VMAX definitely is going to give it a little bit more added tank ability. There's the Evolution Incense. Probably going to grab Houndoom. Yep, that would make sense. Because no matter what, they are going to need a single strike roar plus an attachment to get off an attack, whether it's the Gengar V or the VMAX here. Or to get a KO, I should say, because technically they can attack with this first attack. It's just not going to one-shot us. So there's going to be the research from our opponent as well. So debatably think maybe they could have even held on to the single strike roar. But it's okay. There's going to be another Hiding Dark. Do they have the VMAX? Because right now Gengar V is in a little bit danger of being knocked out over here. If they just attack, I mean, yeah, they're going for the attack. I can't help but like that for us. And they're just going to put on Gengar, even better. Okay, so I'll promote this Encino. They're down to 160, so we have to do 80, which should not be hard for us to do at all here. So we can... Sure, we just do this. Okay. So at that point, we might need to save this for another Cincino. So let's go for the Quick Ball. I'm going to get rid of Ultra Ball over here. Actually, probably should have got rid of Ordinary Rod. I don't actually think we're going to need that. So, yeah, that actually might have been a little bit of a misplay there, guys. But let's go for another Burmy. Because I want to be able to get down a Choice Belt as well. Let's see, 40, 50, 60, 70. Oh, we do need to discard one more Pokemon, but that shouldn't be too hard for us to do. So what I might do, I might just research. Oh, wait, we have the belt, so actually we don't need to discard it anymore because that's 60, 70, 80, yeah. So we're good. There we'll go for the Cynthias. So can we get our energy? Oh, we have not found energy just yet, so let's go for the Make Do. I'll just toss away Zoroark here. Okay, so that's good. We did get there, guys. So let's get down another Zorua here. And I think I'm just going to transform into another Cincino, if I'm being honest, guys. And just start plowing through our deck a little bit more aggressively at this point. So we'll toss the Crobat. Burmy's probably fine, actually. But who knows, we might need to dig with Crobat. At that point, I'll just sit on this hand for the moment. And yeah, I think we're feeling pretty good, guys. Matron's Anger, gonna nuke Gengar into the ground. So let's see what our opponent can do. They're not gonna be able to return KO us. That is something that is pretty big. Not that I can think of, at least, just because if they attach a Single Strike Roar, I was gonna say to this Gengar, they wouldn't be able to pull that off. But if they... No, they still won't be able to with Houndoom either. Because they can hit for 90. Because they can attach the Single Strike Roar for the other energy. That's 90. Maybe they can bring up something on our bench. Maybe that's what they're thinking about. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about the spot that we're in. I don't really see us losing this one. And if they do knock this guy out, I mean, we can always transform with Zoroark. And there's a Marnie. Okay, bit of a bummer. We had the boss to chase down something on their bench, but honestly, knocking out the Houndoom doesn't feel that bad either, because this is where their energy is at, and this is their energy accelerator too. Okay, this hand, not too great, but it's okay. We got energy, we got Cincinos, so we should be able to draw out of this. And I mean, even if our hand is dead and we just bop them back for the KO, like, what do they do at that point, you know? There's gonna be Quick Ball, probably get another Houndour, I would imagine. Yeah, seems good. There is going to be a boss down, so that is... Them getting rid of boss is also good, because that means they're not going to be as easily able to chase down Luminion to eventually close out the game, because that is kind of like their win condition, I think, overall. But yeah, just a 90. Feels pretty bad for them. So let's go ahead and... I'll say sure, we'll attach twin energy back here. We could Marnie, but they have a 3-card hand, so let's just... I think we can just live off this hand right now and just discard these Pokemon. Broken top deck. Definitely going to evolve into this guy. Let's see. Make do. Toss Encino. Okay, so from there, we'll just go for the Matron's Anger. We should have plenty to knock this guy out, right? Because they're at 110. 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20. We'll just thin a little bit more as well, guys. Then we'll just grab a Zorua. And we'll just go for the Matron's Anger here. Okay. So I forgot we had the double turbo, so that... There is a world where that could have been sketchy. Like, now that I think about it, their last turn may have looked a little bit better. Because I forgot we couldn't just immediately one-shot them. We had to get other stuff in the discard pile. And we get the victory screen. So, like I said, guys, after that Gengar went down, it's like, what do you do at that point, you know? Alright, so opponent is going to choose to go first. Kind of as expected. That's actually not a bad hand going second, do you have to say. It'll feel bad getting Crobat down turn 1, but we can maybe live with that. Thing is, it's hard to play down this hand. Like, if we top deck Marnie, I would actually be really okay with that. Because I don't want to Research Wear, Orne Rod, or Collapse Stadium. And I want to save Collapse Stadium for once we have our multi-prizers in play. But okay, it is going to be Mew. So Mew is like... This is a really good matchup for a best of 1 for us because of the Yveltal. Getting rid of a boss, that's big. They got rid of a Mew VMAX as well, okay? Love to see that. Okay, there's an attachment and an escape rope. Hey, that's also really solid. Past us, not the most explosive turn for them. So I might even go for a boss, I'm not going to lie. I think that's actually what we're probably going to do. Let's see. We could even Ultra Ball, getting rid of this, and Collapsed. I don't hate that. I'll say sure. Honestly, I'm down for them to boss this up and leave this energy in play, because that'll give us a pivot to retreat into Yveltal. Yeah, so get rid of those. I think we'll just go for another Mincino. I'm kind of cool with that. Okay, we do have our Yveltal. That's really important to take note of. We only have one boss left in deck, and we only have one air balloon. So actually, I really am hoping they boss our Crobat this turn. And they did play an escape rope, so I am hoping this means we can catch them stuck for a turn, ideally. Okay, so let's go for the Crobat here. Burmy. Quick Ball, discard Manaphy, don't need that guy, and we'll just go for a Zorua from there. We have the Yveltal, though we do not want to get it down. We want to surprise them. We want to bait them into the Elisa Sparkle. Let's call for family. I think we'll grab another Mincino. Because of us only having one air balloon, if they do not get our active, I want to be able to dig pretty aggressively to be able to find that if they do have a big turn where they get all of their energy and such in play. So that's what we are kind of counting on. Or I wouldn't even mind if, okay, just a pass for us, that's big. I really hope they do hard retreat. That would be best case for us. So we could Cynthia for 2, but that honestly feels bad with this hand. I think we're honestly just going to pound. Yeah, I think we're just going to pound. Oh, for 0. Is that double turbo? No, it's twin. Oh, the Oricory. I forgot about that one. So yeah, I am hoping they just hard retreat this Genesect. That would be best case scenario for us. Okay, so it looks like that might be what they do here. And them basically being 3 energy down would be pretty big. But I don't know if we're actually going to get the Yveltal attack off. Oh, but there's going to be passive to us. Okay. We're kind of just waiting on them, really, at this point. Actually, I might boss again. This is our last boss, but we're gonna do it and be annoying. Okay, so we can force them to keep discarding those energies before we've even used Yveltal. That's really huge. Okay, there's Quick Ball, so I'm sure they are gonna be able to pop off a little bit this turn. There's gonna be the Echoing Horn, getting Genesect. So I'm waiting for the Elisa Sparkle. That's what I'm hoping to see. They already played Escape Rope. Hopefully they whiff switch, and I'm really hoping they have to like attach to retreat or something like that. Yeah, I just did not want to be using Cynthia's Ambition the past couple turns just because, ooh, they might be hard retreating. And a Sparkle, okay. Okay, definitely cool with this, absolutely. I think long-term, we win this game. We can hemorrhage a few prizes here. We don't mind that at all. Okay, another Ultra Ball coming down, getting rid of a Genesect, I think. So they must be trying to guarantee the Mew VMAX here. So let's see. There's the Technoblast. Okay, I'm cool with that. Like, I really don't mind hemorrhaging a couple prizes. They're probably going to have to hard retreat this next turn if they don't have a switch, which would also be fine for us. So, best case scenario, we hit the air balloon, but it's okay if we don't too. So I think we'll just promote this little guy. So we'll just do... Do we Quick Ball preemptively? I'm going to say sure. I want to be able to pull off this turn if possible. Okay, so there's the Cynthias. We want Air Balloon, Energy. Ooh, absolutely broken, guys. Alrighty, the shenanigans are about to begin. So we'll do this. Air Balloon, and are we going to see the scoop? What do you guys think? Are we going to see the scoop after this? And Cry of Destruction. Because that's what it makes your opponent do. Like, when you discard all three of these, like, what are they going to do? I mean, they can just switch, attach another double turbo, but they don't know. But we have the Rod plus Ultra Ball to bring this little homie back. And at that point, I mean, what does your opponent do? But there's the Cram. They do hit heads. So let's see what they're going to get here. Maybe a switch. Could be. They might just be also checking their deck to see what energy they have left. So they're playing multiple double turbos. That makes me think they might not be playing the basic psychics, because a lot of the lists are playing like 2 basic psychics plus a double turbo. That's a very common count. Or they have 3 double turbo. Those are probably the most prominent lists I've seen. So if this is the full special energy base version of the deck, that works out really well for us, because even just 2 Cry of Destructions, I think sets us up to eventually win, even if they do successfully return KO the Yveltals each time. There's another attachment to the active. That is ballsy. So are they just going to hard retreat this turn into Mew? Like, you have to, right? Like, if you're attaching here, you have to get this guy out active. There's a boss. Okay. I see. So how many bosses have... They have 2 down. So I was going to say we could Ultra Ball, try to dig to get an energy to manually retreat Crobat, but... I mean, honestly, I'm fine with Yveltal just sitting on the bench for a few turns if need be. There's going to be another Genesect V coming down. We haven't seen the scoop yet, so our opponent must have some outs to the Yveltal. Meloetta, that's a very interesting Pokemon to bench here, I'll say that. Just because this attack is completely dead against us now. Okay, they do hit heads on the cram. So that is big. They can at least switch and preserve these energies, but... Okay. But I'm okay with this, guys. So let's go ahead and... How many ball switch cards are we down? Yeah, I'm cool just hanging on to what we have for the moment, I think. Because if we did retreat the Crobat manually, they could still return Chaos with a double turbo energy. So it doesn't really change much for us. So there's Power Tablets. I'm fine actually giving them this KO if they do get that. There's another boss. Okay, but little do they know we have the Rod and we have the Cynthias for next turn as well. And this is going to be, I'm assuming their last double turbo. They could be playing a fourth, but I think that seems kind of absurd. I think this turn basically gives us game if we get off the Cry of Destruction. So let's see, there's the Minccino promote, of course. That's a great top deck, actually. Because we can now draw quite a few cards. So Orne Rod. No, not Minccino. We want just the Yveltal. That's all we need here. So let's Ultra Ball. We'll get rid of the Lumineon and the Burmy at this point. And let's see. Yeah, we still have 4 energy left in deck. We're going to be able to draw quite a few cards here as well. So yeah, we can play down our hand. Oh, and we have their Rose Tower in play. Almost forgot about that too. Let's go ahead and use that before we do anything else. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll attach to the Yveltal. I'm cool with that, I guess. Cynthia's, and this can get us another Cinccino if we whiff. Absolutely broken, guys. Yeah, we'll do this. And I don't think there's anything else we even need to play from hand. We'll just retreat, and this has to be the concession. Like, there's no way they have an out after this. Cry of Destruction yet again. We'll get rid of these. And that should be it. Like, I don't know how you come back from that. Unless they have a 4th double turbo, which would be absurd. And at that point, we don't need to play against this deck. Like, we have no business losing to that. But yeah, there's going to be the victory screen. So Cry of Destruction, like, single-handedly is going to win you a lot of these Mew matches, as you can see. Absolutely crazy, and like a best of one sort of format like this. Okay, we doing the coin flip. Definitely feels good. Sure, we will go first. Okay, we can definitely live with this hand. So we'll start with the Zorua over here. Let's see what we're going up against here. Mew. Okay, so Mew has definitely been one of my more favorite matchups to see with this deck. We're basically just playing it like Yveltal with a big draw engine. That's what we're going to be going for here. From Minccino, and we do have our Yveltal in deck that is so huge because we want to just try to get rid of all their energy to win, or at least get rid of so much energy it makes it hard for them to close out a game. So at that point, I think we get down. If they knock us out, I want to be able to have a pivot into Yveltal. So we'll just do this. Worst case, actually with a choice belted Zorua, we can actually hit for what? 120 against a Mew, which isn't bad either. So this isn't the worst thing to have down. Or it's not the worst Pokemon to have your Twin Energy attached to. Escape Rogue. Now, that feels a little bit worse. Yeah, we'll give them the Minccino. That's fine. Okay, there's the attachment on Mew. Quick Ball. Show me the Genesect, Elisa Sparkle, and yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to see from their turn here. Rose Tower. Okay, I'm cool with that. That actually helps us a little bit. Power Tablets. And show me Elisa Sparkle for the last card in hand. I have a feeling it's not. Otherwise, they would just play it, but... Okay, there's the Rose Tower. Pramatic. Okay. I'm rooting for you, buddy. I really want you to get this Elise Sparkle. There's the heads. So that could be a Genesect, though. Because they do need some more draw power still. Okay, Bow VIP pass, yeah. That'll get them a Genesect and probably a Meloetta, I would imagine. Oh, 2 Genesects. So they are just prioritizing getting all of their draw going. That's fine. That makes sense as well. Power Tablets again. I mean, if they whiff the Sparkle, I mean, we're also cool with that too. That's a knockout that we don't have to give up. Quick Ball. Probably a Mew or or they could get their 4th Genesect down if they're still trying to dig. And we do see a Psychic Energy. This is actually pretty relevant against us. So I'm very curious their counts of Psychic Energy, because some Mew decks play 2, some play 1. We'll have to see. But that could be a very relevant card, especially if they ever get down their training court too. Okay, there's just the energy mix. I'm okay with that as well. Okay, Fusion Strike Energy. Choice Belt. Hey, we might even go for the belted attack here against the Mew. Oh, actually, if we attack with Zoroark, we can get a knockout. Zoroark does have an attack people do forget about. Okay, Quick Ball, that's good. Let's go ahead and grab another Minccino. That seems pretty good. Let me actually check as well. We have both air balloons, and we prized 1 energy, but I think we can live with that. But I really want to find that balloon plus Zoroark absolutely this turn. And we do get there, guys. So this is a pretty good turn for our deck, I do have to say. So we'll do this. We're probably going to get return KO'd, so we do want another Zorua down. We'll make do getting rid of the Burmy? No, Wormadam's fine. I'm cool with that. Okay, so yeah, now we can get the KO. 70 base damage plus the belt is going to do the trick, guys. So at that point, we will just retreat. We'll get down the Burmy as well. And right now, our opponent thinks they're playing just against a normal deck, but we got the Yveltal, you know, waiting for the right time to drop here. So let's see what we get off the prizes. We got another Burmy, trash. We don't need that. And Zoroark, that's a little bit better, actually. Yeah, a little bit better. So our hand is definitely a little bit clunky for next turn, though. We're not going to be able to probably use this Rose Tower unless we top deck an Ultra Ball. But luckily we have a Minccino. That is the one good thing we have going for us. There's Elisa Sparkle. Bro, please get your other Fusion Strike Energy in play. Oh, they do not. So maybe they're just trying to play down their hand to draw some more cards with Genesect. Or their other energy is prized. There's Training Court. Definitely a little bit of an annoying card for us, because this is like they're out to playing around the Yveltal a little bit better, but they don't know we have the Yveltal just yet. Now, if we could bump this stadium before they get their energy back, that would also be big. So let's see what we can make happen. This hand right now is not the greatest. Okay, we can live with that though. So we'll make do. We'll toss away the Goispod. And at this point, I'm still fine just playing the game like normal, because we're still eliminating energies from play. Broken Draw. We will happily take that. So what do we want here? Like, honestly, I'm kind of cool with attacking with Zoroark again, I have to say, because they're weak to Dark. And yeah, we'll just Cynthia's. Evolve another Zoroark. This is basically just a Zoroark deck at this point. This is the most I've ever attacked with this card in my life. So yeah, we'll just go for the Night Days for the KO. So that's 2 more energies down. So at this point, our opponent is going to be reliant on that double turbo energy to potentially get off their attacks, but they don't even have any Mews in play. So guys, we might even run away with this. We have Choice Belt. Bro, are we actually about to win this game? Like, just attacking with Night Days for 70, we might actually take all of our prizes and we get the victory screen. Dude, we were about to boss the ever-living crap out of that Mew and take at least 5 prizes minimum with Zoroark, which is absolutely insane. Alrighty guys, but that is going to do it for our Wormadam deck today. Again, a big shout out to Josh for requesting this deck to be seen on the channel. But I do have to say this deck has been pleasantly surprising. I was kind of harsh on this in my set review. I was not as enthusiastic about the Wormadams as I think I wanted to be. But honestly, they hit a lot of really good things for weakness right now. The Veltal helps you a lot in the Mew matchup, which is one of the big issues I think this deck has otherwise. And, you know, you can just out-trade a lot of other things in the format. You just kind of lose to anything like Duraludon VMAX or anything that can deal with like your special energies and stuff like that. So that's going to be the deck. I hope you did enjoy this video. Of course, if you did, remember to smack that like button. And if you want to take your support to the next level, you can become a patron like Joshua at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch over at rarecandytcg.com. Links to those will be down below in the description. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.